We've all heard of human rights, civil rights, and women's rights, but what about the rights of nature? A growing global movement seeks to give plants, animals, and entire ecosystems some of the same legal protections that humans have. Panama is one of the only nations in the world with a countrywide rights of nature law, and it was just used to help shut down one of the planet's largest copper mines. Senior national and environmental correspondent Ben Tracy takes us up to the tropics to meet the American woman whose love of turtles made it all happen.
What is this area called?
So this is the Pearl Islands archipelago. It's 240 islands in the Gulf of Panama.
When we asked Callie Wielenturf to show us one of her favorite places in Panama, she knew exactly where to take us.
You're smiling a lot. I assume this is a place you like.
Yeah, this is one of my favorite places in the world. I feel home here.
This 31-year-old Massachusetts native and marine biologist has been studying sea turtles for almost a decade.
Who doesn't love sea turtles? They feel like these ancient creatures. The leatherback turtle, for example, has been around for 110 million years.
Wielenturf is a National Geographic explorer who founded the Leatherback Project, which tracks and protects these giant but endangered species. They're threatened by fishing nets, rising seas eroding their nesting beaches.
This beach is actually a sea turtle nesting beach.
Really?
And plastic pollution in which baby turtles can get trapped.
There's plastic pollution everywhere.
It's cans, trash, all this stuff.
Her mission to protect these creatures took an unexpected turn in 2018 when she took legal action to protect herself from sexual harassment.
And then I realized that we can't defend the rights of nature the way I had just defended my rights, because nature largely has no rights within our legal system. I Googled rights of nature. I wasn't sure if it was the thing.
It was, and this book about saving the world by giving nature rights gave her life a new purpose.
I was like, this is a mission of mine. I have to do what I can to advance this concept.
The concept is that, like humans, all living things and ecosystems have the fundamental right to exist and thrive, and that nature's rights, like humans, can be defended in court.
It gives nature the right to representation.
And I can hear people right now saying, great, every tree hugger is going to go out there and file a lawsuit to stop everything they want to stop.
You know, I think it's important that this concept not become radicalized, because it's based in factual scientific need.
She says it's not about protecting an individual tree, but rather an entire ecosystem like the Amazon rainforest, not saving just one sea turtle, but blocking development that would decimate their overall populations. It's a bolder approach than environmental protections, which limit how much humans can exploit nature instead of granting that nature has a right not to be exploited.
It prioritizes the needs of the ecosystems and not the needs of humanity.
That's a total flip of how we view these things.
Right, it's a paradigm shift.
Entonces, esta presentación que...
Wielenturf proposed the idea to Panama's First Lady and members of Parliament.
It was immediately something everybody latched onto. That was so encouraging for me, because it was the opposite of what I was expecting, really.
La ley es la ley.
Congressman Juan Diego Vasquez helped pass the legislation. Panama now joins Ecuador and Bolivia as the only countries in the world that recognize the rights of nature on a national level.
Every Panamanian citizen, every human can use this bill, go to court, and make sure that we defend the rights of nature.
Just last week, the country's Supreme Court used the new law to effectively shut down a $10 billion copper mine that opponents said threatened tropical jungles and water supplies.
This will not be a bill that it's going to be left in a cabinet, but it's going to be used when it needs to be used.
In Ecuador, another copper mine was blocked because it violated the rights of a nearby forest. A court in India has recognized the rights of the Ganges River, ruling that polluting it is like harming a person. In the U.S., dozens of local communities in 10 states have some laws recognizing nature's legal rights. Seattle recently recognized the rights of salmon to pass through its dams, and North Carolina is considering giving rights to the Haw River ecosystem.
Exciting every time, it never gets old.
As she took us out for a swim with the sea turtles,
Let's go find turtles.
Let's go find turtles!
Hallie Wielenturf wants us to see our relationship with nature differently, to realize that we don't coexist with it, but that we are part of it.
What we're doing now is obviously not working, and so this provides a different way of interacting with nature, and I think that we're at a point now where it's worth a shot.
For CBS Saturday Morning, I'm Ben Tracy in Panama.
I love that idea. You don't coexist with it.
Yeah.
You are part of it. And I guess it's also the balance, right? Because if you're closing down those copper mines, but you need copper, where do
There's
you
the
go
need
to
for things, right? The balance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, taking the profit, though, out of it is something I think people are thinking long term, but ultimately we benefit from the health and welfare
Right.
of ecosystem across the planet.
Yeah.
So